Oh, hear that? Recording in progress. Hey, Thursday morning here, sunshine. If you're looking at those pictures, I don't show off my art. The trouble was actually Keith on this call is like, Mal, can't see you. You look black. There's just the sun behind you. I live on the beach, folks. I'm in the South Pacific Islands. This lifestyle, there's a little bit about your lifestyle. You know, Ray Herron's going to be on the call in a little bit. He's on another Zoom. Ray will always bring up those two questions, those two things that people are looking forward to, that want a shortcut to. They want a shortcut to their health. I've had bad health. I know what it's like. It's no good. Doesn't matter how much money you got. And the guy on the call, Wild Bill, who's going to do a testimony tonight, I know how he feels. I felt the same way. I told you I had 6 knee operations, and the testimony he's got is really incredible. But you know what else people want? A shortcut to their financial pickle, their problems, their wealth. So I'm going to give you a solution to both of these here. And there we go. Last people. What's up on the screen? How many people speak Italian? Next to nobody, right? Andiamo. Andiamo means let's go. But in Italian, because you're going to see this is Italian purity meets American purpose. We're a kind of an Italian-based country because company that comes from a country, Italy. So Gordon and Joe Morton, the two owners who created $1 billion company many years in a row, not $1 billion one time, 15 years they ran this thing. It was a great company. And they all went together. I used to watch on the sidelines. I was with another one. I used to think it was great. I'm not complaining. It was great. But I thought, wow, those guys have really got their act together. I'd like to do it. So here, this is how they did it. And they're doing it again. Andiamo means let's go. But it doesn't mean like, let's go, come on. It's let's go together. And these boys are all in this together with you. If you know anything about them, it's about building a culture, building a family. And what attracted me back in March when I was first told about this, you're like, Mal, we didn't open until the 11th of November. Yes, I know that. But they were building it, getting ready for it. And the vision that Gordon and his brothers had, the rest of them, Curtis, all of them, Ashley, they really mean it. So I'm going to let Gordon. And if this resonates with you, you're brand new on this call. Some of you are, a lot of you are actually, just letting the last couple people in. If this, your owner or the business you in or business you've been in or the business that you hope to be in, if this resonates with you and goes, wow, that's a lot different where I'm at. This is the kind of culture I'd like to be. This is the kind of family I'd like to be a member of and part of and grow with. Then you found the right place. So I'm going to let Gordon Morton, let's stick these last couple in. I'm going to let Gordon tell you all about it.
Sometimes it's the simplest ideas that make the biggest difference. A connection to nature, a quiet faith in the greater good, a home grounded in simplicity. It's the quintessential Italian belief that health, happiness, and food naturally intertwine. The belief that these ingredients should be blended with love and care. Now combine this with something just as essential, a belief that every person, regardless of background, deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, and deserves the chance to live up to their fullest potential. Now take this worldview and marry it with a truly unique idea at the right time. Well, that'll make people stop and pay attention. A truly unique idea has the power to change everything. It stands apart. It challenges the ordinary. And in its simplicity, it can move the world forward. That simple formula, love, health, respect, and a singular, simple, extraordinary idea has the power to change lives in our community, in our country, and around the world. Life is short. Timing is everything. And this fall, everything begins.
You know, most of that was shot in Italy. They flew over there. They didn't fly over there to do it. That's their family. That's their people. These brothers, you know, they spent most of their summers as little kids with their grandparents in Italy. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these owners here, but you can see there's two brothers, Gordon on the left and Joe in the middle. Many of you met them on the corporate calls. There's Curtis in the middle. Who's Curtis? How did he get into this mix? Curtis, one of the best affiliate marketers out there in the world, plus a really great program designer, software engineer, all sorts of things, company builder, company seller. And Gordon and Joe said we had a great network marketing company, MLM, for 15 years. But there's that gap, there's a gap between that straight customer. You know that today. Instead, we're going to build a business, we're going to get rich. Well, that's not how it works. Well, a lot of people, 14 more wanting to get in. But, what about all those customers? What about those straight influencers? What about those affiliate marketers? That's where Curtis's forte comes in. So they asked Curtis to come on board. I'll give you a little quick short story. When they asked Curtis to come on board, they were looking for him. They couldn't find him. I believe in synchronicity. I believe in serendipity. They were trying to find Curtis. And when they finally got a hold of him, they were like, where you been? We've been looking for you for a few months. He went, I've been in Italy. They were like, what? I've been in Italy. I'm a health nut. I've been researching, doing a deep dive into the benefits of olive oil. See, I just let the cat out of the bag. What this is about, right? Olive oil. No, we're not an olive oil company. You're going to see that. But there's a little bit of serendipity and synchronicity. Curtis was doing a deep dive into that on his own. They said, well, we got a program. We'd love you to be part of it. So that's it. But, rather than me tell you about them, well, I don't know. Let's have a look ourselves, hey? Listen to them themselves.
It's the greatest health story in the history of humanity that's never been told.
There's a lot of ways to make money in this world. At this point, I want to do something that's meaningful.
This is the tabula rasa. This is the blank slate.
It was a no-brainer.
Oliabo is a place where we can all come together and feel united because of one simple ingredient.
Aiming to join these guys at Oliabo is amazing, and I have a feeling that I'll be issuing apologies for those early projections being far too conservative.
This thing's going to grow like a rabbit farm on a hormone diet. So, that being said...
So to me, this is Oliabo means heritage. It means my past. It means the history that I come from.
It's built here, and it's built here. We kind of built it twice.
The atmosphere, the culture, everything. I felt like I got it back.
There's a beautiful documented history of this wonderful botanical. The olive tree, olive oil.
Skincare is a huge part of Oliabo as well. That is so good for external and topical use.
This was my home again.
Great, big, huge idea. You got to treat that with respect. What's most important is where we're going to be 30, 60, 90 days, 1 year from today. If you are passionate about growing this thing, a year from now, we're going to be taking our top folks and we're going to go on a little adventure to Italy, and we're going to enjoy the olive harvest together. When you get a job, you go to work for a company, but when you join Oliabo, the company goes to work for you. All this stuff that we're doing here is today. It's really for the wonderful people that represent our products, our customers, and I think you can kind of feel it. It feels like authentic, organic. So from our little home office here to your living room or wherever you are looking at this, grazie tante. Grazie mille. Thank you very much.
It's the greatest.
Dearie me. Anyway, folks, here we go. Some more people coming in. I'll let you guys in. How many got their product and saw that same expression, grazie tante? It was in your card. Isn't that something? Yes, this thing was born out of Italy, Italian purity. These boys, Joe and Gordon, were raised by an Italian mother. I'm going to share that with you here. I'm going to tell you the story behind the whole thing. And that Italian purity meets American purpose. And how did it all begin? Well, look, I'm going to give you a little hint here. Screen sharing has stopped. I don't know why somebody did that. I ask you guys don't do that. I get that one guy, he always wants to come in here and run the show. Anyway, we're back. I'm sharing the screen again. Yes, good. You know how good these guys are, the respect they have in the world? You're going to see it yourself. One of them is this guy right here on the side of the screen, Brent Baum. Brent Baum was one of the original 5 guys that started DreamWorks. They had a vision. You know how big that thing became, right? It's morphed into Disney now. Well, when Gordon said, hey, Brent, and he was down in California, hey, making a movie, Brent, I'd like to have you as our strategic officer, that guy to make our roadway, to have this thing so it stays on the tracks and runs for forever. And Brent said, well, listen to what he had to say.
The first reason I'm doing this is because Gordon asked me to. And Gordon and I have a long working relationship together and a trust that's built between us. And so when he talked about doing something new, I said, absolutely, I'm in. I don't know a lot about olives. Is that something I'm not supposed to say? But for me, my background is in strategy and corporate planning. It's really the team. What I like about this and the opportunity here is to work with this group. Products come and go and companies come and go, but the relationships that you build over time with people, those are what's important. But what we have is something new and something exciting, and we're going to see a reinvigoration of MLM.
You know, why do I put those up there? Let's let Carol in. Because, many of us have been in this profession. I don't call it an industry. It's a profession. We choose. We make a career out of it. We have a profession. We choose the lifestyle. We choose to take a choice, make a real decision. No, I'm just going to try. I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to go to work with it, and I'm going to fix whatever the problem is. I'm going to fix the problem with my health. Maybe you're in a digital program. I'm going to fix the problem with my financial struggle. I'm going to get this weight off my shoulders. Whatever it is, and what has happened more times than not, I've been in this profession since January '92. Had a great life, I'm telling you. But I've been let down a lot of times. How many people can relate to that? That's the reason for showing you who these guys are and let them tell you, because that's from the heart. They really mean this. So where'd the story come from? Way back when. This looks like the 1950s. Well, I'll give you a hint. Gordon, he's a branding expert. And that's what your branding's all about here. But look, notice, they might look like they're in the 50s, but they got all this modern stuff, but it's about lifestyle. See the smartphones? Lifestyle. That's what this whole journey is. Increasing your lifestyle, bettering your lifestyle, having fun. You have a heck of a lot more fun when your health's good. See that with Wild Bill today, how much it changed his health. But you're also going to have a heck of a lot more fun when you're out of that financial trouble, when you're not having to worry. And the story began in Treviso, Italy. Oh, there's people coming in like crazy now. That's Gordon and Joe's mom, right there before she came to Canada as an immigrant from Italy. Grown woman. But then we're raising those boys in Canada. They had to, every summer, well, they probably wanted to, they went back to this area and they stayed with their grandparents. And they learned about something. You see, their grandparents, and while they're in Canada, their mom, she would go to Toronto. They lived in Northern Ontario. She would go down to Toronto, and what'd she do? She'd go source this. What the heck is that, Mel? That's what olive oil really looks like. High phenolic extra virgin olive oil. Doesn't look like that when you get it in the store and pour it out of your bottle, does it? That's because what we have in our stores, especially North America, you're not getting olive oil, folks. I'm not going to go down there. All you got, look, I'll tell you one thing. Get the bottle off your shelf, have a look, and it says refined. What's first on the list of ingredients? That's the that's what the largest content is. Refined. That means it's not olive oil. It's got all sorts of additives into it. This is what real olive oil looks like. So I'm going to let these last people in. I tell you what. We're going to go on a journey because what's right in front of us? What did Joe just say on that clip? What did he just say? The greatest history that hasn't been discovered. This is one of the best botanicals that's been on this planet. Oliabo is the new standard. Yes, that's our made-up name. It's trademarked. Get on the corporate calls. They'll share it with you. But your job, your task, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to help you do it here, is bridge this awareness gap. The common belief, the olive has been around for 5,000 years. It's in the forefront of nearly all literature that's out there. And modern science, beginning around about 2005, that's when science started doing a deep dive into this. Why? Because everybody was talking about this. The olive and olive oil are a healthy part of the Mediterranean diet. And what are they talking about, that Mediterranean diet? You see, in the blue zones in Italy, that's the areas where people live past a century, past 100, and they're not decrepit, and they're leading a good life still. And we know how if you ever been to Italy and Europe, you know what it's like. Wow, the food and all that. And you think, how do these people stay so healthy? It's all the stuff we're not supposed to eat, but they do. So science went, we got to figure this thing out. Let's figure out what this Mediterranean diet is. And the empirical evidence, high quality olive tree derived products contain powerful phytonutrients and they offer nutritional support. The Mediterranean secret, they consume 14 liters of EVU. That's extra virgin olive oil. Not what we get, real good olive oil every year. Greeks, 20 liters. Now you're sitting there thinking, no way I'm drinking 14 liters of olive oil. I'm just not going to do it. Because you know what? We consume about, I say we, I lived 19 years in North America. Yeah, I got that funny Aussie accent, but that was 20, oh no, that was 40 years ago now. 41 years ago now. 1 liter, crappy olive oil. So here's the gap for you to figure out. And I'm going to help you tonight. And by helping you do that, you might go, wow, this could be a vehicle to get me out of trouble financially as well. Well, that secret is it's full of health benefits. Now, what's on the screen, this is not clinical study of our product. This is just what science says about olive oil, good extra virgin olive oil on its own. Cardio support. Yeah, we want to look up. I'm not going to go through it. I'm not going to give you a science lesson. But you know what? That thing, that vortex that creates that flow around your body that delivers all the minerals and nutrients and all the vitamins and then also all the oxygen, you want to have that thing running, right? You know, if you got a car and you got to go to work every day in the car and it won't start in the morning, you don't get to earn income and then you're in trouble. If this thing, that vortex pump doesn't work, what happens? Might be meeting Jesus before you thought you were. Longevity. I want to live longer. I never thought I'd make it to 40, the lifestyle I led. Now I'm 67. I'm amazed. And I really want to stay around now. Why? Because I got 2 little kids. You saw one of them walk past me. First time in my life, having a family. But I want to live, but I don't want to live where somebody's got to look after me and I'm an invalid. I want to be healthy and strong. That's longevity with health. And that's what we're talking about. Extra virgin olive oil helps with the cause of mortality. What about brain health? You know, golly, I lost a good friend 2 years ago in 52 to brain health. Yep, died of dementia, which they call today Alzheimer's. What causes that? A buildup of beta amyloid accumulation in your brain. It's like Play-Doh. My kids love Play-Doh. That's what I kind of think of it as. Well, if you could have something that could take that away, clear that brain, get that fog going, keep this thing sharp, keep you on top of your toes so you can enjoy your longevity and you can do it in great health, that'd be something. Well, olive oil is great with that. Digestive health, that brain gut thing, you know, we figured out. I always knew it because I always had those gut feelings. My wife always talks about it, say I got a feeling, but I always had these gut feelings. But, you know, I also had most of my plumbing removed. I had some health challenges in my 30s and 40s. And guess what? I learned all about that. You know, 82% of your immune system is your small intestine. Go figure, huh? So you better keep that small intestine, that gut going good. And those two talk to each other all the time. You know, I keep looking to the left because I have a couple screens. And that's where the admit people are. Well, we want to get that gut brain going great. We want to have that, stop that leaky gut syndrome. We want to fix all that. That's what this does. Here we go. Here's Ray. And the big deal, the really big deal, and you're going to hear about this on today's call with Wild Bill, inflammation. High phenolic, HP, high phenolic, extra virgin olive oil, high in oleocanthal. What the heck's that? That's a whole new word. Well, it's part of what I'm just going to teach you here. It cuts down inflammation. Inflammation is the cause behind all of whatever else I just showed you here. Inflammation is dis-ease. Ease, we're healthy. Ease, dis-ease. Out of health, not healthy. If you can fix inflammation, you can fix pretty well everything. How do we fix inflammation? Most people take ibuprofen. See that little word there? Now, that works pretty good. I've used ibuprofen before, but it's no good for you inside. That's man-made synthetic chemical. We know the side effects of it. But guess what? Oleocanthal, which is one of the main ingredients in high phenolic extra virgin olive oil, that's like ibuprofen times 100. So let's break this down just a little bit here. The phytonutrients and the polyphenols. I'm not going to give you a science lesson. I tell you what I'm going to do. get out a pen and paper, scratch these numbers, these words down, scratch the numbers down. Why is that? Because this is what I was doing right before we were on the call, helping my little one who's home from school this morning, doing math because she's got an exam this afternoon, but she was performing till 10:30 last night, helping her with long division. So, oleocanthal, write that word down. Oleocanthal. Why do I want you to write it down? Because after this call, I want you to go to ChatGTP or Grok or DeepSeek or whatever one you want. Hey, I tell you what, just go to Google and put it in. Oleocanthal is one of the main ingredients in the olive tree. You see, we're not just about oil. Aleuropine. This is one of the main ingredients in the olive tree. Verbascicide, one of the main ingredients. Have a look at some of this stuff that's just written here. You know, I looked it up. Ray said to me, Mal, go to ChatGTP and put it in. I did. If you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. It comes up with pages of stuff. When I can't do that in a call, nobody's going to be able to read it, right? But here, I just went to Google and I took the first sentence out of each one. Oleocanthal, aleuropine. How much olive oil you got to drink to get this into you? Squalane. How about, you know, sorry, Ray. I couldn't do it today. Hydroxytyrosol. There you go. I did it. It's one of the most powerful.
Hydroxytyrosol.
There you go. He says tyrosol. I say tyrosol. You say potato. I say potato. Oh, Ray, we're going to have to call this whole romance off. You remember that movie? That's an old one. I tell you what, look at that. Look at that. Have I got to drink 40 liters to get all of this stuff into me? No, I'm going to give you the solution here. Verbascicide. All of this comes about because our guys, they figured out how to get these incredible ingredients into a power-packed little pillow that you open up every single day, rip it, and pop 4 capsules in your mouth. And the blend they created, Olivectin. See, it's another trademark name. That's not part of the tree. That's what they created. Because instead of just the oil, which has got incredible properties, and you know 2 of those capsules, they're chock-a-block full, right, Ray? Chock-a-block full of high phenolic extra virgin olive oil. But you also got verbascicide, and that's found in the pulp, in the extract of the olive itself. We also have out of the leaf aleuropine. Now, you can't get that in the oil, but you can get it out of the leaf. And all of this is in Prima product. And you can have that. I just want to have a quick look here. 1 second. You can, there we go. Sorry, thought I got myself out of order. See, nobody's perfect, huh? I used to be a plumber. You don't have to be an expert to have great success in this profession. You know what plumbers know, right? Screen sharing stopped. I don't know why people do that. I'll go back and do it again. There we go. You know, have we got the right one? Yeah. You know what plumbers know, right? Sewage runs downhill and show up for work on Friday. Told you don't have to be smart to win in life. You just got to be passionate. Got to have a belief. Guy you're about to hear had a belief. You'll see that. So what I just showed you, how you going to get all of that inside you so I can fix everything? This, Prima. Prima's a 30-day supply. It comes in a pillow pack. It's in a great, yes, you guys got a Mylar bag the first go round, but the second round of shipping, because we got the tins now, it's going to come in an olive oil tin. You're old enough to remember good olive oil came in the tin. I remember in Australia it did. My dad would hover around the kitchen. He wanted it used up, but it was so expensive. My mom wouldn't let you have more than a little drop all the time. But you know why he wanted it? Because he wanted those tins to put his screws and nails in. I still do that myself. So your pack of Prima, this is our core product. We're not an olive oil company, but we do sell olive oil. High phenolic extra virgin olive oil, full of oleocanthal and the other polyphenols and infused with rosemary are in those 2 large, yeah, they're pretty large, right? You guys and gals, you've seen them. Those 2 large capsules. And you got to take them. And you got to take them also with this little green and white one, Olivectin. Remember the pulp and the leaf extract? Well, we want all of that. We want that aleuropine. So that's the second blend that you have. This is like 3 separate products. And then Rosa, what's the Rosa? Is that just to make up the Italian colors? No, the Rosa is a completely different product than from the olive. This is a pycnogenol. This is from grapeseed extract and lycopene. Lycopene comes from really good tomatoes. So we got a 1, 2, 3 punch. Is this $500 odd? It's so good? No. It's $110. $122 if you're buying it retail. I tell you what, it's $110 if you put it on a subscription. $110. I'll give you a hint. It's 110 points as well. How many of you caught that? They're in looking at this for a business. Most other companies, $110 would be 50 or 60 points. And you're only paid on 50 or 60 points. No, $110, 110 points if it's a subscription, $110 if they order it one time as a distributor, not a customer, distributor, 100 points. Still great. So we got an incredible primary product that has incredible benefits. See, Oliabo, look at the top of the screen. A whole lot more than just an extra virgin olive oil company. Full of all of this great science for you. Clinical study? Are we going to go through that? Heck no. I tell you what's way better in a clinical study. Wild Bill. William Wheaton, who I've got to know, and because he's a great guy. Why do I smile? Because he makes me smile every time I talk to this guy. Now, I'm going to show you a couple clips before I introduce him. Bill, I'm going to ask you to unmute if you can. Tell me you're unmuted. Can you do that?
I'm here.
Good. So other folks, you gotta be quiet so we can let Bill. I'm gonna mute. Hang on. Let me mute you all, and then see if I can unmute Will.
I've got it, man.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you a little clip. I'm gonna tell you a bit before I show you the clip. He had so much belief that this would work for him that he filmed himself long before he got the product. He filmed himself a few weeks back. He filmed himself at his job, which he's really struggling to hang on to because it's just too hard with how he feels. He filmed himself getting up in the morning. And then he got his product a handful of days ago, and he filmed himself in the same situation. I tell you what, let this show you how good our product is. 1 second. Could hardly walk, walks great. It's a great job what you did. I'm going to actually go to a second one. You see, Bill was in the body panel beating business as well. But he had trouble with it. Why didn't you? Right? Why'd you have trouble? I'm going to stop sharing because it was too hard. So I'm going to move you over. Folks, this is Wild Bill Wheaton. I'm just going to let him, you go ahead and tell him what happened to you.
Well, guys, I've been not only in the body business, I actually do spray-on bed liners. Been doing it, I don't know, 50 years. And I got all excited about this product. I was thinking, what could I do? I've taken other products before thinking it was going to do this or that, and it didn't. But everything I researched on the olive tree and everything that's online, not even with these guys, just blew me away. I actually wrote an ebook about it from everything I've found. And when I took those videos, it was about a week before I got my PREMIO. And I got my PREMIO. I think today's about 7 or 8 days. Well, I sure as hell didn't expect it to do what it did. Okay. That's not me making up anything. Okay. What it did was I started taking, I'm not taking 1 packet a day. I'm taking 2. And why was that? Because I had a ton of inflammation in my knees, and I had a gut feeling I needed to do that. So I did it. And so every day I've been taking 2. A couple of days I forgot. But within the 3rd day, I noticed stuff. And what I mean by that is, usually I'll come down the stairs in the morning. I got to hold on to the rail. And my knees are really sensitive. How I explain it to someone is If you ever tried to walk on the concrete with your kneecaps, that's what I feel like when I walk all the time. And if you all have knee pain out there or pains at all like that, you totally understand. You sit down for a few minutes and then inflammation just grabs a hold of that knee. And when you get up, you feel like an old man. I mean, you can't move for a little bit. It takes a bit to get warmed up. But even then I was struggling. Okay. You saw me walking. That truck was sitting there. That was about a week and a half ago. I could barely walk around that day. Well, I'm too hard-headed to stay home and put ice on. I just go and do it. Got to do what you got to do. And so anyways, fast forward to the third day. Let's see. I started noticing something. It was just, I felt looser. I was talking about coming down the stairs. I came down the stairs and I didn't feel no pain in my knee. And I walked freely, both legs on each step all the way down, not hobble like a duck down through there, And then the fourth and fifth day is when I think it was the sixth day. I'm like, holy cats. I felt like, I don't know. Everything was gone in my knees. I'm not saying it's all gone, but there was still a little bit of pain. By the end of the day, my knees still hurt, but the stiffness is not there, which is a big deal because, climbing up in the back of a truck or going upstairs, you can't even bend your knee. It's pretty ridiculous. And what that's done is caused me to gain weight, which makes my knees hurt more, makes my hips hurt more. I used to race motorcycles. I've had some pretty nice spills. So I've lived a living on the edge kind of life for a long time, and that's where the name come from. And I kind of just hung on to it because I liked it. But I did the videos, and I'm like, I'm going to do it from everything I did, from getting up and just walk. You can just see how much faster I walk. And it's pretty crazy because here's the deal. This time of the year in Tennessee, it's cold, damp, and it's always worse. In the summertime, my knees will loosen up a little bit when it's real hot here. Well, that's what it feels like now. It's like, this is just strange. So there's been a huge shift. And when that flex comes out, guys, holy heck. Talk about, you got the pain relief, and then you got the long-term relief. It's a win-win. It's a knockout punch for sure. I cannot wait. Thanks
Bill
a lot,
knows.
Malcolm.
Hey, you're welcome. Bill knows. He knew from the beginning. We had a chat. His sponsor putting me on the call with him. She cares about him. And we had a chat. And I was like, I know how you feel, because Bill knows I've had 6 knee surgeries. It's brutal. But it's not just knees, folks. Think about whatever it is. You got stiff hands. Your hands hurt. You might have a bad neck. Your back troubles you. It could just be it could be on the insides. Like Bill just mentioned, we're taking the product. We're taking it on the inside every single day. And that product is PREMIO. There we go. I'm back to Sharon. Hey, Bill, I tell you, thank you for doing this. Some people are camera shy. Thank you for making those clips. That's a ton of foresight, mate.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
You're welcome. Now see, facts tell, the story sell, folks. And you're using your product. I tell you what, you want to make like a sheet. Just start to journal what's going on with you each and every day. I'll give you an example. When you're sick, like I remember when I got dengue the first time, dengue fever. Holy cow, my hair hurt. I was in so much pain. I was like, come on, kill me now. I just wanted to die. But once I got through it, 2-3 weeks later, I completely forgot all about it. I never realized how good I felt. That's what happens when you're taking a product. We don't realize those incremental changes each and every day. So start to make a list and start to say, like, I've got this problem, I got this problem, and then see what it goes on. It might be your sleeping habits. It might be your eating. It might be that plumbing. There's a lot of testimonies, folks, coming back to me, and I know Ray's had a couple. It tends to fix that plumbing, I'm telling you. So what about cooking with it? Everybody was going, man, this is an olive oil company. It's all coming from olive oil. How about getting us some actual olive oil? So you have it now. You can order PREMIO, and you can order individual, 1/4 liter, 250 ml extra virgin Oliabo olive oil, or 3 tins. 1 tin's $39.99, and 40 points on subscription, or 3 tins for $99, 100 points on subscription. You know how good it is? There you go. You can all feel like king in the kitchen. How many caught that Wild Bill go Flex? Wait till Flex comes out. Well, that's what we're talking about right here. Ashley, who's our what do I call her again? The director of web development plus a formulator, the formulator of this, and she's also vice president of skincare. How'd she become a formulator of this? Ashley, that gal that you saw in the corporate that looks like she's 21, she's 40, folks. And she built a skincare line based on those properties I shared with you in olive oil. And she's known the Morton brothers for 18 years. So why would you not team up with a gal that's marketing that herself on her own? Yes, you would. But you know how Flex came about? She had a back injury. She was using ibuprofen far too many times a day. And she thought about, my facial product is based on anti-inflammatory. That's how you get that great look on your face, where your cells are not inflamed, then they become elastic again. And she put it on her back. She went, you know what, Gordon? I think I better come over. I think I discovered something. This helped my pain. So we got Flex. That's what Wild Bill was talking about. And it's got a little bit more than just the oleocanthal and the oleuropein and the verbascicide. It's got olivectin, all those ingredients, plus mangosteen, pericarp, and squalane. And that's very important. This, the original company these boys built was on that mangosteen itself. We have mangosteen growing everywhere here. There's actually some on the kitchen table from last night. Coming home, stopped and got a bag. This is a great product. And it's coming to you this December. You're all getting a chance to get it. Let me get my screen to go forward. And Ashley likes to make graphics. And this is what she did. And that's what it's going to look like. A topical recovery. Take a couple of drops of it, very powerful, rub it in the palm of your hand, warm it up, and put it on that part of your body. Like maybe I should be putting it right here because my jaw gets worn out, talking too much. Go ahead and Flex. This is a transdermal ointment. Look, I'll give you a hint. Prima on the inside out, and you're noticing the testimonies. We had them on the corporate call. We had them on Sunday's call. We had them again tonight. And that's with just a 5 to 7 days of taking it. I'm getting people in 2 days to 3 days telling me how great they feel. But now when you got something you can topically put on, and within 15 to 20 minutes, you have a relief, and day-long relief. Not an hour or two like these wannabe products out there. That's a winning recipe for success. You know what? I like hat tricks. I used to play cricket. Boring game, man. I hated it. The cricket field was right next to the beach. I wanted to be out surfing. Instead of playing cricket as a kid in Australia, 5 hours for a game. Test matches, 5 days long. But you know what? In cricket, you get what's called a hat trick. 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2, 3 punch, we out. Inside Prima. Topical, pain relief, Flex. But how about this? You vain guys and all you gals, this is how Ashley is in her 40s and looks like she's 21, because Ashley helped formulate our third product. And I'm going to have her tell you a little bit about her deep dive on her own, going to Italy to research olive oil to be.
The reason that I'm doing this is honestly because of the team. I am an organic skincare formulator. So a great thing about Oliabo is we have internal ingredients as well as external. Olive oil is so good for your skin, and it mimics your own natural oils in your skin. So we're able to create beautiful products that aren't greasy, that aren't oily, that are derived from the olive tree. Olive oil is so good for your heart, is so good for your brain, and I have been obsessed since I've gone to Italy and tasted the difference between the oils. I wanted to make sure that everything was compliant to cross borders so we can enable everyone to experience our products.
This is it, Visa Lux, anti-aging serum. So small amount, and you're going to put it on those places that you want to look better and younger. I watched two companies back in the early 2000s, and they really crushed it. And they had a product similar to this, nowhere near as good, but we have it. So we got 1, 2, 3 punch. You know what cosmetics is, folks? You walk into a department store. What's the very first thing you walk into? That really bright part with all those counters all lit from behind and underneath, all those gals in all their outfits with way too much makeup on, for my opinion. And they're all marketing. You know, it's like the first quarter of the store as you walk in. Why? Because that's a gigantic market. That's what people spend money on. We got a great business model for you. Prima on the inside, Flex for the pain, and Visa Lux for the looking younger. So 1, 2, 3 punch. You know, Ashley just mentioned something. I just caught it from the heart and for the brain. Olive oil, so good for the heart, so good for the brain. I really believe Oliabo, this company, is the same way. Good for the heart. You're helping people, right? You're helping them from your heart. It's great to help people. One of my last companies, I used to say, we're all here to help people. Yeah. We're all here to make people feel better. Yeah. But I would say this to them. All right. How about if it's all about just helping people with their health, everyone that sent their check back to the company this month can sit down. Nobody did. Because you know what? Most of you, I know there's a little bit rash. We're in it also to build a business to solve 2 problems. So good for the heart, helping people, good for the brain, getting rid of that big financial weight. And how can you be sure from your heart that you're really helping people? Quality, trust, purity. And that comes with our seal of authenticity. Our products were sourced in Italy. They come from Italy, from those areas I told you, from Pacific olive grove owners, that the brothers went and made sure that they were picking the olive at the right time. Not what you pick olive for regular olives, but earlier, that they were cold pressing it and doing it within an X amount of hours at the right time, doing the whole process the way they wanted. And then it's shipped to North America, and there it's put into those capsules for you. There it's put into the Flex bottle. And there it's put into the Visa Lux product. So authenticity all the time. Olive Standard of Health, Oliabo. That's great. How do you get it for your brand new people? Whoever brought you to the call, they gave you a link. Or if they haven't, go ask them for it. And when you click on it, you're going to get this page, create an account. And I'll give you a little hint. It's a free membership. It's free to enroll with Oliabo. There is no enrollment fee. There's no website hosting fee. There's no starter kit fee. There's no membership fee. It's, pardon me, it's free. And that's something. You can actually you can join the company. I don't suggest it, but you can join the company for free, not buy product, and earn income. You can earn on the first level of the monthly residual, what we call our baseline pay. I'll just give you a hint there, but you can earn a lot more when you buy product. So that's nice to know. So you've done that, and then as soon as you completed that form, you're going to be redirected to a website. If you're not redirected, check your email. You got a welcome email, click on the link, and go to the top right corner, and it'll say shop. And what's it bring up? There are 3 items in there. There's the olive oil over here on the right, $39 or $99 for three tins of it. Right in the dead center, Prima, $110. It's a really great product, our core product, always will be our core product. What's this on the left? Mal, you said it was free membership. This is a service, Oliabo annual VIP service. I think it should be service. What is it? In the US, you can pay one time $160, and for 365 days, see VIP 365, you can order as much as you want every day of the week, every second day, every 5th day. You can order bulk, you can order one item, whatever you want, and you have free shipping for 365 days. So figure out what you're ordering, have a look at the math, and go, I could do that. And you go, well, I already joined the company. That's okay. You can always go back in and bring this up. And what happens? You can start from that date. If you're an international caller, Kakoi, you're calling from here. I did it. It's $225 for international. Our shipping's more. It's great value. That's what we got. You get started, get your product, start feeling like this, back into the lifestyle. But you know what? You could be having a sports car. I've never bought fancy cars. I like having nice homes on beaches and islands. You could be out dating and having picnics and taking time off work, or having your own, being self-employed, choosing what you want to do, when you want, how you want, with whomever you want. All of that, you know how that comes from? Financial freedom. PREMIO Pay. This is by far the simplest pay plan I've ever looked at. I love pay plans because I like making money. But PREMIO Pay, I'm going to let Gordon go through it with you. I'm also going to give you a little brief recap after he's done it. You know, Gordon's a great marketing expert. He's a great branding expert. But he's also, actually, I'm going to skip that one. He's also fun. 3 plus free. 3 plus me will virtually equal free. If you get 3 people and have just one of them help one more person, your product's free. Like Ray says, how much is PREMIO? It's free. It's free when you want to go out and start to share with people, because we're going to pay you. So here's Gordon. I'm going to let him tell you how he came up with his pay plan and what it is.
If you guys are okay, I'll show you. This is how simple our comp plan is. This gives you the basics, all 3 areas. Again, very rough, but it gives you an idea of how simple our comp plan is to explain. So this is my office, by the way.
There's only one of these in the world. That's the only one. I made it. It's mine. This is an actual Squire Telecaster body that I Frankenstein together with a American-made Telecaster neck. The comp plan that we're creating here is unlike any other comp plan that's ever been done. Okay, the PREMIO Pay plan by Oliabo. We give it a nice name to describe the unique set of variables that go into the creation of our comp plan. First and foremost, number 1, sprints. The only thing you need to do to qualify for sprints is be in our system. Anybody you introduce to the product who makes a purchase, on their first purchase, you will make 25%. The second component of sprint, though, is that if you personally commit to 200 QV per month, you get an additional bonus of 10% on anyone on your second level of sales. Done. That's the end of the sprint section. Number 2, baseline, which is our monthly commission checks. Now, the first kickoff for that is something we call a rep. You really need anywhere between 0 and 99 QV. You're instantly qualified for 5% on your front level. A Brava rep is somebody that a personal purchase that month. If you have a personal purchase of any qualifying volume product in Oliabo, you are eligible to receive 5% plus 5% on the second level of your organization. We like to say Oliabo is me plus 3. That's the little rhythmic device to encourage you to get 3 people like yourself interested in doing a business on their own. First level is something we call Kappa. Kappa is yourself plus 3 people like yourself that are interested in doing 100 qualifying volume per month. The other component is that somewhere in your organization you have 1,000 qualifying volume. That's it. That makes you eligible for 3 levels of commissions. Quinto, the next level, is yourself doing 100 QV per month. Somewhere in your organization you have 5,000 group qualifying volume, and each one of the 3 people that you introduce to the company does 100 QV with 1,000 group qualifying volume. Done. The next level, Venti. Venti is where you're really starting to develop some leadership to your group. For the level of Venti, we're asking for 200 qualifying volume per month. That's the most we ever ask, by the way. You still have your 3 leaders that you're working with. Each one of them have 5,000 in group qualifying volume per month and a personal purchase of 100. We are now asking you to add an additional 100 QV customer in addition to that. So now we have 4 people. 1 is brand new. The top level in the PREMIO plan is PREMIO. We named the comp plan after it. PREMIO means you're maxing out your baseline commissions, what you can earn on your organization, making you eligible for 8 levels of volume. First and foremost, we're asking you to get 200 qualifying volume worth of product every month. Of your original 3, we request that you take 2 of them to 200 qualifying personal volume per month with 20,000 in group qualifying volume. The third one, we're still building 100 QV with 5,000 group qualifying per month. We now have a total of 5 personally sponsored customers in the system with an organizational volume of 50,000 group qualifying volume. That's it. That quick capsule summary is what it takes to do Premio. Global bonus. 3, global bonus pool. You enter it by becoming a Premio. Those who maintain Premio for 3 months enter into the global bonus pool. What does that mean? Well, 5% of all global volume sales go into our global quarterly pool. The bigger your organization, the bigger your percentage of the pro rata pool. So there you have it, the Premio Pay plan. Sprints, baselines, quarterly bonus. When you get a job, you go to work for a company. When you join Oliabo, the company goes to work for you. To work where you want and earn what you deserve, but more accurately, we encourage you to work where you want, when you want, with whomever you want, and earn what you deserve. My guitar playing is less than perfect, but our comp plan is pretty dang close to it. So there you go.
No, John, can't we let you have I hope I'm still sharing. There you go, folks. I'm gonna give you a brief. Am I still sharing? Let's stop and start again. Sorry, somebody was just asking if they could share and kind of kicked it off. There we go. So I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna give you, hey, see, they did move me around. I'm gonna give you a super brief recap. Gotta ask this person, don't stop my screen share. We shall get it going for you. Sometimes we have overeager people. Huh? How's that? Teach 3 to build 3. It's this simple. I'm going to give you this quickest, simplest recap you got here. Teach 3 to build 3. Sprint, you come on board. Here you are, Jeff and Mary. Yeah, I like couples. They're in. And they say, you introduce them. You say, I got a great product. Yes, I want to get that product. They do. You are paid 25% on their order. They order Prima, $110, 100 points, $25 paid to you. Weekly, every Friday's payday. So up until that week, you're paid. That's great money, right? Right up front. That can chip away at a little bit of debt. But then they go out and tell their friends, I'm feeling great. And their friends order. If you've got to double down, what's that mean? If you have a look at the line below, if you have ordered 200 points yourself, that would be 2 Primas or Prima and Flex and Visa Lux, or it could be for your first month, your, pardon me, your VIP membership and the product of Prima, whatever it is, 200 points, you're earning 2 levels deep now. So that would be $10. How many of you caught that double down? You know, if your whole team is buying 2 products, because it's you and your missus, right? You don't want to be on your own. Or your missus and your spouse, your husband, don't want to have all that money and get to old age and have no one to spend it with. That's $50 up front for you, or $20 on this level. So that's upfront Sprint money. And I'll give you one hint. The olive oil product on its own, because people will order that not necessarily monthly. They'll order it as like when you run out in your kitchen. Hey, we need some more olive oil. That is always going to pay Sprint money, you know, always. So that means all the people that you personally introduce and all their people, every time they earn olive oil, you're going to get added to your weekly Sprint of the brand new people coming in. That's a great incentive. Now, look, we want to get to Premio. What's that mean? First, to get that global bonus pool, that never happens to me. I'm going to break it down to you. This is the simplest plan I've seen, and it's the easiest. So Capper, you join for free. They're able to earn first level in the monthly residual baseline pay. You buy product, you can earn 2 levels deep. But look at this. The 3rd level, it's double the amount. This is incredible. 10%, $10 on single order, 20 on a double down order. How do you get there? Well, to be a Capper, you need to have 1 order yourself and a group volume of 1,000. 1,000? I can do maybe, I used to be able to do quite a lot of hundreds of push-ups, maybe 100 now. Can't do 1,000. But you know what you can do? 100 points, that's 10 orders. 10 orders in your whole team. That is easy peasy. 1, 2, 3 people personally enrolled at 1 order each. And if they've got, remember, teach 3 to build 3, they've got 3 each. You got 9 and 3 is 12. There's 1,200 points if they get a single order. See how simple that is? We move up to Quinto, 5. That's what Quinto is. Same thing. 1 order, 3 people personally enrolled with an order, and your volume for your whole group, 50 orders, individual orders, and you paid 5 levels deep. Get up to Venti, the next one. So now they're asking you to have 2 products ordered for the month. And you paid 7 levels deep. You only got 1 more to go. That's $5, $5, $10, $5, $5, $5. Not 50 cents, not 25 cents, not $1 like most companies. $5 because a point's $1 in our company. And that's 200 orders. Good golly, this is simple. 3 people personally enrolled. They're just at a single order each. And you're asked to have 1 more, a customer, an affiliate marketer. Maybe they don't even build a team. And then you get the Premio. Now you could get in the whole all 8 levels. Now your monthly checks where you're going away on big holidays. Maybe you'd be silly and buy a fancy car. Don't do that. Don't do that. Put this away. Maybe you get the renovation on your house because your missus is giving you a hard time. Whatever it is, now you're earning it enough. You got security. But look how easy this is. 50,000, that's only 500 orders. Or Ray will explain, double down, 2 orders. That's only 250 in your team. You got 5 personally enrolled now, and you only got 3 teams. Now I'm going to show you 2 really simple things this company does to make sure you always hit this. 200 orders, 50 orders. The minimum, single orders. How they do it? They have dynamic compression no matter what happens. No matter if people are at the same title, you know what happens in those companies. Doesn't have to be that someone doesn't order, just at the same title, it doesn't move up. Not here. It will always skip over and go down 25 levels, 75 levels, whatever it needs to pay out the 8 full levels. But here's something you've never seen before. And what's that? Horizontal compression. Remember you got 3 legs? Some people go, I couldn't build 3. I don't know. You don't have to build 3. You can be, I'll give you a hint. I'm 49 wide, or maybe I've got to 50 wide now. Or you folks are going, hey, where's all the people you're going to place under me? Yeah, we got a holding tank, folks. Well, come January, you heard Adam on the call. We have 60 days, and there's a grace for those people that all joined in October. So I'm going to start moving my team on January. There's a hint for all you personally enrolled people. The people that step up get rewarded. However, look, this is incredible. I cannot figure out why they did this other than, they just want you to win. That's it. They just want you to win. So 3 legs. Let's look. Team number 1 on the left, 25,000. How much did you need? 200 orders. So you already got that. That's great. This second team, 6,500. What's the least amount? 50 orders, 5,000. Well, you've got that, but you haven't got the other 20 on the third leg. Well, how am I going to do that? Well, you've got a couple of teams. Guess what the company will do? They don't move the people like you can with your holding tank. When you move someone in your holding tank, them and the whole team, and all that volume goes with them, and all that volume counts for everybody upline. That's a great thing. But here, they can stay in that position, but the computer will look and figure out all those customers, all those frontline affiliate marketers, and all those smaller teams, and combine all those points, leaving the people where they are, just combine all those points to make up where you're missing on that third leg. That's incredible. There's only one reason for that. Gordon wants you to win because he wants you to get there. And guess what powers his pay plan? PREMIO. Oliabo extra virgin olive oil. Flex, joint and muscle care. And Visa Lux to look beautiful. That's what's powering this pay plan besides the owners, the company, and at PREMIO, you're into a 5% global pool. I saw their last company. They had a 3% pool. Those boys and gals that were in that pool, and there was a heck of a lot of them, those checks were 6 figures. And that's not once a year, folks. Look what it just says there. Paid quarterly. 90 days. 30 days. Go out. Put your head down, tail up. Go to work. Reward yourself. 30 more days. Put your head down, tail up. Go to work. Reward yourself. do it one more time. 330-day blitzes, 90 days. You're going to have a global bonus pool besides that monthly income, besides that sprint income that allows you to go to your family and go, look, I know I've been busy. I know I've been, a little bit, whatever it is. But I tell you what, we're all jumping on a plane and we're going down the Bahamas and we're going to hang out. You kids can play as much as you want at the Atlantis Water Park Resort. Mom and Dad, we're going to go to the fanciest restaurants and eat whatever we want. Ray's had these kind of checks. Ray's on the call. I heard him click his pen there. There he is. He's like, you saw that clip at the start. How many of you caught Ray and Cheryl, his missus, in that old Targa antique Porsche that the company had given out to all the leaders? Reward trips. So I'm going to introduce you to Ray Herron. It's safe to dream again. That's what Joe Morton says. Check that out, Ray.
Hey, I see what you did there. You're so techie.
Ray,
I'll tell you what.
Here's Ray. He's your master distributor. He's there not because he's known the Morton brothers since they were little boys, because he knew their dad. Not because he's always hanging out with it, because he earned it. For 40 years, no matter what he does, he gets to the top and he works his heart out and he's doing it again. Like Ray, I got to thank you from the bottom. He's nonstop working for all the teams in this company of Oliabo. So just listen to the nuggets he's going to share.
Thank you, Malcolm. To borrow one of your phrases, you are chock-a-block full of talent. And I appreciate you so much, the energy that you expend, and you make these fun. I get the occasional text and call from people say these are too long. Well, folks, we got a big story to tell, and it takes a while to tell it. Nobody tells it better than Malcolm, and I want to thank you, Malcolm, from the bottom of my heart. You're the hardest working guy I know, and I'm just proud to be working with you, and I know everybody enjoys your presentations. Folks, you can grow your business, promise you, if you get really good at inviting people to these Zooms. And, over time, maybe we'll get them just a little bit shorter than what they are. But like I said, we got a big story to tell. It takes a while. Hope you've enjoyed it. I always enjoy Malcolm's presentation. And Wild Bill, I want to thank you personally for your testimony tonight. That was powerful, really powerful. I've always dreamed. I've represented some good products in my 40-year career in this industry. But to have a product that speaks louder than we ever could, that's real important. And we're seeing some unusual things. There's a real hint here about what we have our hands on. People have been on this product for a week or maybe a week and a few days in some cases, like Wild Bill. And I got to tell you, that was an impressive testimony we heard tonight. I've got some that Bill would probably even trump that, if you can imagine. I mean, I get these texts every day, and some people, like Malcolm said, are a little bit camera shy, but I get to hear them every day, and we're at the right place at the right time at Oliabo. This thing is going to be a giant. It's a giant in the making already. We're going to grow at warp speed. And I'll say a few things to you tonight that I've learned, some of them the hard way. I promise you, success is never going to sneak up on us and overtake us. It certainly didn't overtake me for a big part of my earlier years, for sure. Had the good fortune of meeting Jim Rohn personally. He was my mentor 40 years ago. He taught me the recipe, or the formula for success in network marketing. It's like Malcolm said, head down, tail up, 90 days. Work like your life depended on it, Mr. Rohn told me 40 years ago. Find the right company at the right time. We got the right company. It's the right time. So this formula that I'm going to share with you, it works. It worked every time in my 40-year career. Find something that you like, that you believe that the rest of the world will benefit from, and give it 100% for 90 days, even if your life isn't hanging in the balance like mine was. That was the most foreign thing you could have told a guy from Oklahoma, grew up dirt poor, quit school in the 10th grade, left home at the same time, struggling through life. And for a guy to tell me that I could be financially independent if I found the right opportunity at the right time and gave it 90 days like my life depended on it. But I was pretty desperate, way behind in bills and promises that I had made to my family. We had 3 kids. Our daughter was on the way, and life was really tough for me. So, not having any other option, Malcolm, at the time, I just went for it. 90 days. I worked as hard as any man could work. I can honestly say there was a period in my life where I gave it 100%. Very uncomfortable reaching out to people, didn't know how they were going to accept me. I didn't have a great self image. In fact, I had a poor self image, very little confidence, but I found that I got my self image and my confidence got a little better each day as I made more calls, talked to more people, and inviting them to look at the opportunity. And it became about, I probably 45 days in, it got a lot more comfortable. And I realized that, you know what? There's no shortage of people out there. It's a timing issue with people. And if I catch them at the right time, I got the right company and the right products, and maybe the right compensation plan, they'll be interested. And sure enough, they were. After 90 days, I was earning more money. 90 days, dirt poor, after 90 days, earning more money than all of my friends that had high paying jobs. And I realized what Mr. Rohn taught me, it really does work. He said, Ray, success is a decision. You have to decide you're going to be successful before you start. So I decided I'd be successful. I wrote on a card I'd be earning minimum $5,000 a month in my 90 days, and I exceeded that. And never ever looked back. It's been a tremendous career for me. Changed my life. Took me from poverty to plenty. It helped me realize my number one dream. I just wanted my children not to have to repeat the life that I had growing up. I wanted them to feel like they were just as good as the rest of the kids in the world, and grow up with self-confidence. And they have. They're all very successful kids today. So I know what this industry can do for you. If you find it at the right time, find the right company at the right time. This is a beautiful company. Trust me, no matter what I do, no matter what you decide to do with this one will be the next giant in the multi-level marketing industry. And I want you to succeed. I want you to have success. There's a book I'll recommend to you. It's probably free. In fact, I think it is on the internet. If not, you probably buy it for $5. It's called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Powerful little book. You can read it in an hour, probably. As a Man Thinketh, and let's change that. I mean, it was written in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and that's kind of the way the world talked back in those days. As a woman thinketh, so is she. It all has to do with your thinking. You see, my personal mentor was Jim Rohn. There's plenty of good ones out there other than Jim Rohn. I'm a little bit obviously prejudiced when it comes to Jim Rohn. He was my personal mentor, so I think he's the very best. And all of his materials are free online as well. I've learned this in 40 years of working really hard in this industry, having fun, making a lot of money. But I've learned this: people that get involved with self-development and they start studying people like James Allen, Jim Rohn, read the book, Think and Grow Rich. You've heard it a million times by Napoleon Hill. People that get involved with some of that, hey, you can take 30 minutes a day while you're having a cup of coffee in the morning and learn from the masters. They don't teach me and you what to do. They teach us how to think. How we think determines how our life works out. Just works out that way. I didn't mean to get too philosophical with you all here tonight, but I tell you, you're at the right place at the right time. If you just don't get caught doing less than you're capable of doing, you'll do really well at Oliabo. I don't know how long it'll take you to realize whatever your financial dreams are, whether it's a whole lot or it's a little. You can accomplish it. If you get involved in self-development, you tune in, you talk to people, you invite them to the company, to the opportunity, invite them to these Zooms, promise you can grow a business. And you don't have bigger cheerleaders than Malcolm and I. We're here for you. I promise you. When we're not doing these Zooms, we're available. If you catch us, we'll do three-way calls with you. We'll help you any way we know how. It's been a great pleasure in my life of watching people that some of them were in the same situation that I was in, watching them succeed and changing their life drastically. It's so self-gratifying. I can't begin to tell you. You and I we can't push a rope. Got to find people that are really interested in doing something. We catch them with this opportunity called Oliabo. A good friend of mine says convenience is the number one product in the world. And you can't deny when we have testimonies like we heard from Wild Bill here tonight, and many of the others that I've heard here just in the past week, it's so convenient. It's in a beautiful little presentation tin with 30 little individual pillow packs that we just rip open at breakfast and go about our day. I think it's going to be the best chance we've got at having good health. This product's going to do wonderful things for people all over the world. We're not going to be able to keep it a secret. So get out there and get your fair share of people in your business. The marketing plan, like Gordon said, is 3 and me. So if you think about it and you play with the numbers, three people just doing what you're doing. That's all. 3 people doing what you're doing. And they all got 3 people doing what they're doing. The numbers work like this. It never works perfectly like this, but it's 3, 9, 27, 81, 243. If you add those up, I just went through 6 levels, Malcolm, and that's over 1,000 people in your group. Let's say they're all on 2 premas a month. They love their wife like I do, and are their significant other, and they're all using a couple of premas a month. It doesn't cost them anything. The marketing plan is designed for you to get yours free. Just go to work. That's all. So if you got 200 people in your organization or 1,000 people in your organization doing 200 points a month, that's 200,000 in monthly volume. I've already, I'm just rounding out the numbers. It's better than $10,000 a month. You could do that. Some of you, I don't make any guarantees, of course, no income guarantees or claims, but some of you will do it way less than a year from now. Some it might take 5. What if it took you 5 years part-time? Just telling people about a wonderful company and a wonderful opportunity, inviting them to some Zooms and letting us tell the story. I promise you can get there. 120,000 a year extra. Maybe you're not wealthy, but if you add that to what you already have coming in your life, it's lifestyle. And many of you can go way, way beyond that. I got all the confidence in the world that you can do that. I got all the confidence and the trust in this company. It will be there for you. The guys that own this company are really all of our secret weapon. They're as good as it gets. They love their distributors. They love to see their distributors succeed. We're going to have a time of our life. Don't miss it. Invite some more people, and we'll be back here. What is today? Wednesday? Sunday night at this same Zoom link that you were here. We'll do that one at 7:00 Eastern time. Why not challenge yourself? Go and invite about 10 people. See if 3 of them show up. We'll get your 3 going if you don't already have them. I appreciate the time I get to spend with you, Malcolm, and everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in here with us. And sorry I was late tonight, brother.
That's all right. Don't dilly-dally or dawdle. I've had people who already called me, and they've gone, Mal, I was on the Zoom and I saw such and such. I went, yeah, you see, you were on the fence. They were out in the field having a look, and they hopped over the fence, and they're in the other pasture. And you met them on the Zoom, and they're already in. Don't dilly-dally or dawdle, because the person you think you're going to call will maybe call you first and say, I'm onto something. I'm dreaming again. These Morton boys are back in the game, and they're building it again. One more time, one last time. People ask me, why are they doing it if they're being so successful? Same reason Ray and I are doing it. We've got a lifestyle, folks, and we just want to share it. It is nothing better, right, Ray? There's nothing.
That's right, brother.
We don't drive around in Ferraris. We've never done that, but we have a nice home and we live in nice spots, and we want you to be, the key I want you to do is get rid of that weight, that debt, that financial debt. And it'll happen if you bring people to the Zooms. It'll happen if you introduce them to the YouTube channel and let the clips do the storytelling for you. It'll happen if you put them onto the group pages and have them go look at the research themselves. If I tell you, you tend to disbelieve it. That if they look it up themselves, now it's true. So one last thing. Thursday and Tuesday corporate calls moving ahead are at one time for the whole world. 2:00. Most people going, what? New York? No, 2:00 Mountain, Utah time. So that's 4:00 Eastern, Tuesdays and Thursdays would be 3:00 Central, 2:00 Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific, which means your time in your time zone. So that's the Tuesday and Thursday calls. As normal, Wednesday and Sunday. So see you on the calls. And thanks a lot for every one of you participating. We took an hour and a bit of your time, hour and 16 minutes. Ooh, Okay.
Who's counting?
Counting. It's a great story. See you guys on Sunday night.